All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rikakwadash. Giving double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopefully elect. Shalom to all the brothers out here laboring in this truth with sincerity. And shalom to the few sisters that watch. Just coming back with another lesson, going into this article I saw yesterday by CNET, and it's going into the MOTB, it says coming soon to Apple devices, brain control accessibility features, and you constantly have these different camps out here, mainly IUIC, headed by Bishop Nathaniel that don't believe it, man. They don't believe that the MOTB or the mark of the beast that's being spoken of in the book of Revelation chapter 13 is a chip. They don't think it's coming in the form of a chip. They think it's sin, which is totally absurd, man. So let's go to the book of Romans. This is just going to be a quick lesson through the spirit and power. All right. Let's see. We'll just go to Romans chapter 3, verse 3. It says, "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua without effect? Yahweh Hashem Yahushua be true. Salaki. Yahweh, Most High forbid, let Yahweh Hashem Yahushua be true and every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings and mightest overcome without or judge." So, just because Bishop Nate don't believe that the chip is the MOTB, doesn't mean what he's saying or his belief is true, man. It's clear evidence, and we believe through faith, the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, that the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip, and it's revealed to Apostle Hart, man, in the leadership, first and foremost, man. So it says a standard for brain implants that allow disabled people to control devices such as iPhones and the Apple Vision Pro could be available for developers this year. So, hey, we talking about right here, man. They're just doing it subtly, slow and, bringing it forth as if it's to help people with disabilities. It says Apple is making progress on a standard for brain implant devices that can help people with disabilities control devices such as iPhones with their thoughts. As reported in the Wall Street Journal, Apple has plans to release the standard to other developers later this year. So it's in the works, man. It's in the works. And we talking about this year, 2025. So, that just like the apostles and elders said, man, from apostle on down, they're going to present this as a way to help people first and foremost. And then eventually it's going to be mandatory, to all population, man. And we'll get that later. It says the company has partnered with Synchron, which has been working with other companies, including Amazon, on ways to make devices more accessible. Synchron makes an implant called a stentrode that is implanted in a vein on the brain's motor cortex. Once implanted, the stentrode can read brain signals and translate that to movement on devices including iPhones, iPad, and Apple Vision Pro VR headset. So, they've already been practicing this or experimenting on people, whether it be monkeys or pigs or whatever. They're doing experiments on people or animals. But this is ultimately going to come in the form of a microchip implanted in the hand, which is going to control how you buy, you sell, and we're gonna get it. It says effects on accessibility. It says although Apple is planning to release its standards, it may be a while before the kinds of technology made by Synchron and Elon Musk's brain interface company, Neuralink, reach a mass audience of those who need it. Hey man, we right here, man. We've been saying, man, we ain't got long. Once this is implemented, the MOTB, man, we pretty much out of here. Pretty much out of here. It says it's important to keep in mind that while amazing medical interventions are becoming possible, the timeline for full mainstream adoption of people with severe mobility disability is still long, and we should maintain a focus on ensuring that we make products accessible now, says Bob Farrell, Vice President for Solution Delivery and Accessibility at Applause, a technology testing company that recently released an accessibility report. And the article keeps going, man, but we know ultimately, this is going to lead to the chip in the hand, man. So, matter of fact, let's just get it. Book of Revelation, chapter 13. Let's just get it. I'm going to go down to verse 16. It says, Book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16, it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And as is, the right hand really just goes to your strong hand. It doesn't necessarily mean your right hand. It could be your left hand, whatever your strong hand is, let's see. It's saying right hand. But let me see, let's go into the let's see. Take with the hand, take hold of, receive. Man, I forgot where I started at, man. But this brought out, I heard Apostle Hall said first, that, going into the right hand was the strong hand. And I looked it up before. But, let's see. Salaki, man. The right side or hand which usually takes as that Salaki. The right hand or hand that which usually takes, or feminine hand, it goes into either hand, man. Strong hand. So, I wish I could just, because I looked it up before, and Salaki for that. So let's get back into this. It says he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So, it says no man might buy or sell. So this is speaking of everyone, man. Everyone that is capable of buying and selling, this mark is going to come to pass, and we know it's the RFID microchip. So this is just a quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. I saw that article, so I figured I'd bring it out. And with that being said, we want to constantly give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Shalom.